for sure.
So I will just start the record. All right, I think we should start now. So welcome everyone to Transportation and Freight Logistics. It's me, Dr. Lam, and Dr. Scott. And it is not just a normal digital class that we have in the weekly base. It is a kickoff for the assignment 3. And we are very honored to have a guest speaker, Mr. Afonso Molina from Citylogin. He's currently served as an innovation project manager at Citylogin, which is a logistic and last mile delivery company that offer micro logistics service, B2B, B2C, with an eco-friendly solution for urban distribution. Mr. Molina has over 20 years of experience in transportation and freight forwarding management, and have worked for a company like DHL, Geodis Road Transport, and FM Logistics. Today, he will share with us about the case study at his company, so that we can have more information from the real life, working with transport and freight logistics. And at the end of his presentation, he will spend some time to present the challenge for his company, which is going to be our title for assignment 3. Okay, so during the presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to just put it into the chat box. I will just keep an eye on that, and Mr. Afonso I will remind Mr. Afonso about the question that is pop up in the screen. Okay, so now let's welcome Mr. Afonso. Please share the screen, and yeah, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much to invite Citylogin and my person to just present Citylogin solution and how we are working and our challenge for the future in the next for coming years. It's a pleasure to can share with you the presentation of Citylogin. First of all, I will introduce myself. As Lam said, I am the project manager of innovation in Citylogin. have been working in logistics for 20 years or so ago, and just I just have formation in business management. Okay, so this is my point of view is much more people than numbers for sure, but based on innovation. That is a key point that we are running from the beginning of CityLogin. Okay, so yeah, I will share the presentation now. Oh, I can. I can find this presentation now. It's possible. I'm sorry. Have problems with the presentation now. I can share. I don't know why. I have tested. I will run again. Okay, I will share the world screen.
You can try
now you can see.
Maybe you can email it to Lam, and then Lam can put it on his screen. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you can see it. You can see the
Yes,
presentation now.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. I have to share the world screen. So just a pity. Thank you. Little technical problems. Well, as I told you, CityLogin is a Spanish company. Okay, it's based in Madrid. Actually, we are running in Spain and Portugal, in Iberia, that we will call Iberia. And we are just a pure player of last mile logistic company, not a usual courier. It's just much than a parcel normal company. It's much dedicated eco-logistic solution and a specific and individual for each customer. Is dedicated operations. Okay, so we are just not try to be to cover the whole country, but just to be the specify markets and cities that we serve. Because CityLogin focuses cities where are the most problem of mobility and contamination and that kind of question. That is the first thing I want to explain. As I told you, we offer also micro logistics service for B2B and B2C service. Okay, and all these operations must run in eco-friendly solutions. We have just not so much time in the market, so we have very great challenge from the next upcoming years. Here you can see how we operate normally. That we use electrical fleet. Not only vans, we use also tricycles and cargo bikes, assisted cargo bikes, and we just challenge the paradigm to serve the cities. Here you have the mind map that is more or less where are the problems in the cities that we are creating megalopolis with a very big density of population. We also are facing new sub-content for as long as e-commerce come to the market and disturb all the operations in last mile. Also, we are just facing traffic jams and we are focused on awareness of pollution impact in the population and in the city, in the life in the city. Based on that, CityLogin Solutions tries to reduce this kind of disturbs in logistics, in last mile, based on a business model just focus on ecological transport solution, micro logistics service, and with a focus also in multi-city solutions. So we try to adapt each operation to each city, but based in the big points that we are just talking about. And how we do it, just creating proximity hubs to the cities that allow us to reduce the size of the vehicles and increase the flexibility and resilience of the supply chain. This is the one of our key paradigms of last mile logistics we run. Okay, conceptually, Citylogin was born in 2014, not so much time ago, in Rome. It started in Italia. Okay, but not running operation like a company, independent company, until 2019. So we are just facing the 6th year of life right now. And we started with 200 vehicles and 1 warehouse. And after that, we are running now 30 warehouses and more than 50 and 66 owned vehicles. Now we are more or less 400, sorry. And in number of people, we are 550 people right now. So we have just experienced a great development this year in terms of Spain, where the population is low than other countries. Our basic values just focus on sustainability that you are just talking about it in a few minutes ago, and also innovation is one of the most focus of the company on how can business do in other ways that normal use of vans and polluting the city, and from the outskirts to the center of the cities, and how can be solved in different way. And also another great focus of us is people, and people just not the final destination, also the workers, also all the people involved in the operation, that they are customers and as I told you, workers. How can we train the staff, promote internal and be more specialization workers in the operations? Okay. Now in Spain, we have just this warehouse. This is how we expand from the city center of Madrid. We also colonize the ring that is very near to Madrid. This is the normal business case that we try to do. Also in Barcelona, and just expand to Valls, and we surely create a ring around Barcelona to provide all the region of Catalonia, and more or less we operate the same. And but there are different sizes of cities. There is not the same size a city of Zaragoza, for example, or Bilbao, than Madrid or Barcelona, that is bigger. So normally with one depot, that we call it urban consolidation centers, will be run okay for the number of package or parcels that we are running right now. But this is the map that we are currently operate. And this is our fleet. As I told you, we have different size of vans, not so much bigger, but because we are just like a courier postal company, not a logistics, so we don't operate trucks. We are just limited to operate with vans, and as I told you, also we operate with Scubics that are tricycles, electrical tricycles. Why we use this kind of vehicles and no others? Normally because there are some urban conciliation centers that are based on a -1 plant or underground. So for the workers, it's easier to go out from this kind of facilities in an electrical support vehicle than a normal cargo bike. Also is assisted. But also we have just done some pilots in cargo bikes in some cities, and it's running well. But one of the conditions that we need is the mass capacity possible in terms of volume, not just height, because the normal customers we have right now are e-commerce one. This is a photo that converts the traditional parcel market to the Citylogin approach that is much based on seasonal adaptability, innovation, customized fleet, high delivery rating. This is one of the best points that we are facing, that is the vehicle are lighter to allow to go near to the final point or the final destination. So it allows us to be more in the time window coverage in a better percentage, in a better KPI. So it's one of the key points that we have with the urban conciliation center. And also we have a urban coverage, as I told you, not that just national or this kind of context, with a very specialized operation for the customers and the final destination. How markets we are running right now, as I told you before, B2B channel and also B2C, but and we have just two kind of different business. One is parcel, and also we play bulky one, that is the biggest package, like for example mobiliary or white goods like fridge or something similar. Okay. This is the growth we have experienced in these years in numbers, and how is distributed in operations, how much percentage is transport and distribution, that is move goods, okay, and how much part of the incomes we have is based on warehousing and operations in micro logistics, okay, and it will be the packing or the operation of returnal or non-delivery fails, okay, and how we can support how we support our operations with choose technologies is one of the supports, the biggest support that we have. We have the lucky that we have been created in 2020 and 19, so we just born digitally. That is something that allow us to have this big ramp up and grow a lot. That allow us to contract people that pass it on these tools, and we can create an operation in a very few days from the project to the reality. So it makes us very adaptable and very flexible to every operation that we can just face or change or cover. Okay, this is the technology actually we use. We use a TMS that is called Urbant, and that provide us the possibility to have all the fleet tracking and the operation and how it is gone, it is running well or not in real time. That is key for us to have the best performance KPI possible. We support all the data on Google Data Studio to create to confirm that everything is running smoothly, daily, weekly, monthly, and also we have the support of CardTrack, like EOT dispositives implant in the fleet to cover all the average of the battery, if it's okay or not, it is the grade, and also it covers up about the velocity or the skills of the driver, if it's running well the vehicle or not, it is doing something that can be supposed to be wrong in the operations. Okay. Also, we use in Madrid, we have a sorter, a cross-docking sorter, where we can just split the parcels to the different urban conciliation center and different routes that all these vehicles have to face daily. The capacity of this sorter, as you can see there, is 4,000 parcels per hour. And we are running right now more or less 20,000 packets per day for the whole country, and the facility just allow us to cover all these city areas with very good KPIs, because it's running very smoothly and it's very quick for us. It's just adapted to our operation and our needs. And had 24 exits that allow us to cover the 13 urban conciliation centers and doubles, so we can create 2 when we have a peak season, we can double the numbers. So we allow us the flexibility and the resilience of the operations are ensured, are okay. I present now the innovations that we are just little brief to appoint you in this kind of concept, that we are running some different projects at European level to running some innovation in terms of last mile deliveries. One is called Disco, that is just trying to create a digital transformation and create the tools to understand better the urban logistic and how to done better sustainable planning for the cities. Other one is Lucid, that is how can we use more these new technologies like IE to reduce more or be more efficient in the minimizing the environmental impact in the cities. That is, for example, is just support the optimizing TMS that we are already running by a cover of IA to prevent the nearly days how it will be needed to the operation and cover it better. For example, or running the vehicles in a better performance for the last mile operation. Okay. Also, we try Logismile, that was the validation of an autonomous last mile logistics system that is a vehicle, a total autonomous vehicle, a drone, but ground drone that is running an operation in a very concerned place, and how it will work for the next year. So this or the technology is here now, and we can explore to do something with it. And then also we participate in other such projects. We are very innovative in this area. We try to cover all the different vehicles is possible to try and to pilot and to know if it fits our necessities in the operations, and it fits the necessities of the customers, the cities, and the last mile operation in the cities. That is the key point that we just focus on. Okay, this is how you can contact us. It will be, and now if it's okay from you, Lam, we can start with the challenge that we are just focus on, and after that everyone can ask any doubt. It's okay to start.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. I see that there are not yet a question. If you have any question regarding to the CT login, you can just leave it into the chat box. Don't forget that the CT login will set, the context for your further research. And now, please, Afonso, please continue. And Mr. Afonso going to present the challenge. That will be the title for the assignment 3. Okay, so in assignment 3, you guys will work as a consultant for CT login to help them overcome this challenge. That you can see the name here is implementing CT login in the Vietnam using the FM logistic infrastructure. So Afonso will provide the further information and explanation about this. Please go ahead, Afonso.
Perfect. As Lam introduced it, our challenge for this event must be to explore how it will be possible to implement CT login in Vietnam using FM logistic infrastructure. FM logistic is our mother corporate company. So and we are running now operations in Vietnam, but the FM logistic is a logistic company, like for example DHL, but it's only for the supply chain, that is running warehouses and the move of trucks and trains and boats, and that kind of operations. Okay, so we are just the final foot of FM logistic, and we are just specific for the last mile as TT login. Okay, so this is the challenge I will present you to try to cover. This is a brief resume. For sure, this presentation is shared with Lam, and it can be shared with all of you. This is actually how FM logistics is deployed in Vietnam. Okay, it's based on the north and in the south. So this is the numbers of people involved actually in Vietnam, and the number of square meters actually covered and platforms, and where are based. Okay. So the challenge introduction is just to design a project. You have to take the paper of the project officer office people working for designed a implement project for TT logins in model of last mile logistic in a Vietnam scenario. How it will be done, using the FM logistic current infrastructure. And the number that we have to cover is 1 million parcels annually scope for the whole area. And how can it be done? Taking in account that our urban consolidation centers normally cover 35 kilometers of operational radius. Okay, just to design how it will be done, extract the data from the actual market, how it works, and taking in account these limitations or facilities that we are running right now in the country. Just so you have to take the role of logistic consultant, just hired for the project office to evaluate and design how it will be the market entry into Vietnam market. Okay, and just develop a comprehensive and face it also cost-effective rollout strategy. How can be it done using the existing FM logistic assets? Anyway, just to fit the urban consolidation center will be the best, or the best based on the population or the e-commerce market that you are you have to study of the actual local market that you are also deploy. The key constraint is just we have to be focused on sustainable tires. So we use all electrical vehicles, so free contaminants vehicles. Okay, the scope to cover is 1 million parcel per year, and the radius from for a urban consolidation center, you can just explore if it's better to create another ones, feed it by a FM logistic facility, or where it will be better to run to cover all the radius and the local market conditions to ensure that the operation it will run smoothly. Okay. So what is expected? Yes, conduct a research on how works actually the urban logistic ecosystem in Vietnam. It will be probably that there are different regions or will be different in different cities for sure, but just to understand how it works actually, and how TT login can cover or enter in the market in the same way as we have the knowledge of how it's running actually and can be done in the future. Just design a viable operational model. It will be better explore. It will be better do it on fleet or third party. I don't tell that before. Actually, we are running 70% on fleet in Spain and 30% third party, but it's just based on Spain. And the third party in Spain is just more focused in the bulky operations. Therefore, the biggest one, because normally they have you have to mount, just to fix and to get the fridge running on the final destination. So we subcontract that because it's more specific than only last mile logistic. Okay, that's not only to a easy operation to just, this is your parcel, this is your package, and everything is finished. Okay, just estimate how must be the investment, and just cover more or less the operational costs. Understand the market, the workforce, how it works, how much more or less money is running. Present the plan, just including where you will planning to run the operation from, where it will be possible to create the urban conciliation center, will be better to join a third party to the final last mile deliveries, or it will be better do it by your own fleet. Which partnership will be valuable, for example, to deploy in a specific location, because they have, for example, a very good depots where also the capacity and the capabilities allow, and it will be good to have a partnership also. You can just explore it, and but for sure be focused on how sustainability and this kind of impact in the cities is adapted to the operation, because it's something that we have in our insights. It's something that it can be run out of the operation. Okay, and just deliver a clear and concise recommendations. Just you can also work with a pitch presentation to simulate how it will be done, like a boardroom decision scenario, how you just take the decision from the start of the evaluation of the project, and how you become to the final solution presented. Okay. The background, as I present from TT-Login, is just not lose the focus on we are a company for zero emissions last mile delivery, and normally using electric vehicles and urban micro hubs or urban conciliation centers. Also for the details of FM Logistic, actually are running customers for e-commerce, retail, pharma, beauty. So we have several different markets to cover, and it would be great to know if there are different difference between this kind of markets and the model of logistic that it has to be developed. It will be better, for example, as I told you, the bulky market is little different because it have a plus service to do than the e-commerce normal last mile operation. And the goal is just to adapt the TT-Login model to the Vietnam's urban logistic environment to allow us to operate in the market conditions that are already running locally. Okay. And the goals for the assess is just to assess the local market dynamics, how it works in the area that you want to explore or to cover. Propose the most effective delivery model based on the data that you cover about the market actually is running on the workforce, the locations that are available, what will be the best, create new infrastructure, just leasing or renting another one, use the directly from the facilities of FM Logistic. Okay, you can run it your own, but just taking in account the data that you are taking from the market, just to support how you decide to do something based on the data that you already having as income. Just estimate the infrastructure needs and an initial investment, for example, and design an implementation timeline and fast rollout. That is just how much time it will be need to enter in the market, to how much time you think is okay to just explore if this working well or not, is feasible or not. And faster rollout, that is okay, how much time it will be to just explore, to explode the operation and just run the 100% of investment and operation in the local market. Okay. And also you can cover all that. Just recommended how control tools or monitoring tools you think that it will be needed, not just it can be actually technology companies that is available, or just the requirements that it will be needed. I think it's much feasible to just do how it can be done and the requirements of the tools that I have I need than just a specific company or technological company. You need to understand the requirements that you have that you need for your operation better than just a solution, call it. Okay, I is my point of view. And for do that, just the first step is will be have a market analysis, just identify the key urban centers, for example, big cities, have a population density study, traffic patterns, consumer behavior, on understand the market. Okay, and also analyze the current e-commerce trends and how it's working now, the delivery expectations for the final destinations, and also the growth expected in the upcoming years. And how is running the e-commerce? Is it running more slow? Is running higher now? Is much adapted or not? Which kind of e-commerce is much for the consumer attractive? Okay. The second foot is the infrastructure and operational model. Just evaluate the family logistic that we have now in Vietnam. Propose where will be deployed in micro hubs or urban conciliation centers based on the parcel that we had to cover in a yearly number, and just design a little service level agreement for this target. Recommend which kind of or which type of vehicles are the best to run the operation based on the market, on the actual market, the availability of these vehicles, the performance of the people, of the workforce, if they are adapted or not, or they are normally running in motorbikes, or they are normally running in vans, or how it works. It can be used in this part. Okay. And for sure discuss it's better dedicated, third party, how it will be done. Also can be hybrid, can be 1% for dedicated and the other one for third party. How it works in the market and how it will be works better for the city login use case. Okay. And the third part of the project of the exercise is to have the point of sustainability, ensure that all the operation is low emission, that all the operation also is optimized the best way, and try to reduce the carbon footprint in all, from the warehouse to the final destination, and also that is aligned with this mindset that I have just shared with you of city login, that is much focused on be sustainable, but also be flexible and resilient. That is the point. Okay. And in terms of investment, you can estimate if it's to have a fleet acquisition or is better leasing or renting, how it will be done, the adaptation of the infrastructure. It will be better to create new constructions, adapt older ones, how where have to be deployed, or the best locations in a specific city area where it will be better to deploy based on the actually market is operating normally, the principal vias of entering the city, the roads, the principal roads or logistic roads that are feeding the city, okay? And also just taking in account the systems that will be needed or you think is good to deploy to ensure the smoothly of the operation. As I told you, also the human resources is better to hiring, to outsourcing one. Which kind of human resources is needed? Is it will be scarce? It will be have a lot of no problems with human resources, or will be a little problems in a specific positions? And also you can run in that taking in account the capex or an opex estimation about the you are running more than in acquisition or leasing. It will be different the needs of financial in the short term. So it would be good to have this exercise that what's amount or how you will face in the operation in the next coming months, and the amount of people involved and the amount of financial needs for the for the for the for the implementation of the operation. Okay, and just for example, I propose that a facet implementation plan is how we work actually in city login. Just the phase one normally is the feasibility study of and the market validation. Just taking the data, know the stakeholders involved, visit or understand the actual current operation in the specific place where you are planning to develop or to run the operation. The phase two is just to understand the infrastructure and the partnership setup. That is know how infrastructure is available in this area, how is the vehicle procurement, how partners can be onboarding in these areas. The third phase, it will be normally is the pilot launch in one city in a very specific context and very controlled context, just to monitor the operational, to be sure that everything is running based on the planning, and after that the full rollout in major cities, just scale this operation across all the selected urban areas in a region. So it's an example of the phased implementation plan that we are running actually in FM Logistics and City Login, and it's just a sample to support the exercise as an overall, okay, how can be done in different steps. And to finalize, just checking what tools would you need to measure the correct implementation, or you think the requirements. No, it's not needed just the tool, just how requirements it will be the best to ensure or to measure the correct implementation of the project. Okay, for example, if you think that is needed to use logistic KPIs, what will be the best? If it's needed the real-time tracking, how it will be done, and how much dashboard you think is feasible, or you need to cover all the project implementation. How if you work with any continuous improvement loops or not, is better or not, the pros and cons, okay? And also just checking or monitoring a service level agreement with different service providers. For example, if you are thinking that it's better to go for third parties, how it will be the service level agreements with these third parties to ensure the operation is already covered all the points that you wanted, how it will be designed just in a focused way, okay? And that is now I finished. This is the phrase I use actually in City Login. The future is, if it's not sustainable, it is not future for us. So this is the last phrase that I will share with you. Now I'm available for you to all the questions that you have.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for a great presentation. And I think the challenge is really challenging for everyone. The good news that many of these perspectives we have covered during the course or going to cover it in the rest of the semester. So, for example, last week we have learned about how to calculate the CO2 to achieve a better sustainability. So everyone, please keep in mind that for this assignment, you don't have to present. This is what you need is just submit the report, 2,000 words, and then we will choose the best paper and share it with CityLogin to Mr. Afonso. Just in case you don't want to share your work, just put the sentence in the beginning in the cover page that you don't want to share it. Then we will not share it. Otherwise, without that, we will just pick a few HD paper and share it with the industry. Okay, and now we open the floor for questions. Is there any questions? Just feel free to put it into the chat box. Afonso, I just want to have a quick question.
Okay.
I searched for FM Logistics and I found that they have a website in Vietnam. So it's fmlogistic.vn, right? Could you tell a little more about this company and about the infrastructure that you expect in the report, in the planning of the students? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, actually, we are running just only logistical operation, but it's not just the final phase, that is the last mile or distribution. It's just only based on warehouse operation and just to ensure that the packing and picking of the preparation, but in terms of B2B, but the B2B in terms of supply chain, not in terms of final destinations, not shops. It's just to pass it to business to business, but not shops, final commercial locations. That is much the focus on. And are 500 people right now. I know that they have 15 different customers from just pharmacy, not e-commerce right now, but we is planned to be there. It's more focused on pharmacy, retail. We have a very biggest retailer players there, and also in the future it will be great to explore because we know that IKEA is planning to enter in Vietnam market. Also, is going to create a depot there, and is one of the best customers that we have internationally. Okay, and it would be also a good point of a start, for example, for the students if they wanted to check. And that's the kind of operation that there is running right now. They don't cover this final step of the supply chain, that it will be good to explore if CityLogin have possibilities to run the operation from these facilities. Okay.
Okay, so just want to clarify. I mean, this assignment we will just focus on the last mile delivery that the CityLogin to operate it for the FM logistics, right? So the infrastructure that you require in the assignment is only for the last mile delivery. It's going to be like where can we locate the hub and the vehicles that we're going to use, right? Can you elaborate a little bit further on that one for the students?
Yeah, for example, this is just to identify which facility of FM Logistic can be feasible to run the last mile operations based on, for example, we need a sortation or classification just to deploy. Okay, for example, which will be the best facility based on how much distance is from, for example, for a principal port, and how much square meters it will be needed, or workforce, more or less, it will be needed. And it will, okay, this will be a great, for example, location to run a last mile operation. And after that, just from this, we can call it the principal warehouse. We can fit all the urban consolidation center that we created afterwards. So that's the point. Not we won't run in the final destination directly from this location, but we want to use this location just to create this sortation or classification part of the operation, just to split the goods. Okay. So it's much just to analyze what will be based on the distance to the port, to the feasibilities of the location, of the principal roads, the availability of trucks, for example, of the road transport. It is and based on that, also can be taken in account terms like cost. This is less cost in terms of warehouse square meters, and also in the workforce, for example. And we say, okay, it will be better the north. It will be better the south. This is how I share with you the map, just to locate the best possible solution for that. But only just one location to run the whole operation of the urban consolidation centers.
Just a few more questions about sustainability. So at the moment in Vietnam, we have the last mile delivery. Mostly I can see that for e-commerce, they use a motorbike. And how can CityLogin make the difference in the sustainability in that last mile delivery? I mean, given that all of the competitors using motorbike, is there any other way or another practice from CityLogin that can help to improve the sustainability from the last mile delivery in Vietnam?
Yeah, but normally are combustion motorbikes, I think. Yeah, or are electrical ones, because this is one of the point. We just forced to be electrical, and we just explore a type of vehicle that it has the biggest availability in terms of volume possible, not just the typical two wheels with less capacity. Just we explore more bigger ones, more like tricycles or light electrical vehicles or 4 wheels, but with big capacity to take a lot of more parcel than the normal motorbike one. It can be explored, the motorbike, but how it will be run, it is electrical. We have the facilities for this kind of fleet or not? We have the possibility to have an electrical fleet or not? It will be better, for example, cargo bikes with assistance, electrical assistance. Well, it can be explored. I don't know exactly how kind or type of vehicles are available in the market in Vietnam, but I think it's good exercise to explore it. There are any company that is developing any cargo bikes or any electrical vehicles innovative. It can be explored how it will go. We have the facilities or not. We can just electrify the fleet or not.
Okay. Thank you very much. Maybe is there any special consideration that the student need to take into account during the analysis? Like, I don't know, maybe regulation, apart from the sustainability, do you recommend any, student paying focus into any special consideration for this project?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. Yeah, I think that this will be a great exercise to be focused on how to do the overall operation in terms of 100% sustainability, that it will be taking in account, okay, this is a limitation that I have already and the market don't have, okay? And how can be the conversion of these limitations to be in your favor, not in your challenge, or to be in your side. For example, you say, okay, all are running the operation actually in this way, but I have to run it in a sustainable way. How it can be perceived like the best model in the market, for example. Or I know it will be more expensive. How the final customers or the customers may pay more for this kind of service or not? Is concerned about it or is not worried about it? For example, on how can I ensure or convince the people to pay more for this kind of operation? For example, just it will be a great exercise, I think, just to understand the market needs and how it will be done in the future. I think there are a question there from Thomas.
Yeah, we just read it. So the challenge is to develop a viable operational model using FM Logistics Access, or it is how would we implement City Login business model in Vietnam? Yeah, could you just clarify?
Yes, it can be both. But I most focus in the second part or the second question. Okay, the first one is just to detect what will be the best location, not just the best assessment or operational model, because FM Logistics is already in the ground and is running the operation. But as I told you, the challenge for this part is just to detect what will be the best location based on, for example, accessibility to the road, to the port, or to cost, for example, and also to ensure that can cover any big city in Vietnam in the best possible way. It will be best to be deployed in the north or in the south, and why? That is the question to answer. But the second one is the best for the exercise. Okay, the City Login business model, it will be implemented or not in Vietnam based on the market that is already there.
Okay, we have two more questions. Let's go with the first one. The key criteria you consider where the recommendation to be relevant. For instance, do you prioritize cost saving, long-term impact, sustainability?
It can be shared, but also it can be just now taking relevant for us. Sustainability is the most relevant one. Long term for sure will be the second, and the cost saving is just in the tail for us, because normally we just try to detect if the market is willing to pay this kind of new business model based on sustainability, on impact, and also in service, because we are very more focused in how the service is running from the first step to the last one. Okay, for example, but it can be shared, no problem for that. And also we have another question, I think, on Nguyen. Those City Login use. Actually, 100% electrical vehicles. The hybrid one is only used for the bulky operations, normally the third parties, because there are bigger vans, and bigger vans has no I don't see it in English, the availability of kilometers needed to cover the whole operation in the area. Okay, because they are much bigger vans than 40, for example, 14 square meters, cubic meters. Okay, and it would be actually in the market there are not so much big vans available for more than 300 kilometers round area. So but for the e-commerce are 100% electrical vehicles. Normally, for example, in Spain, an electrical van done more or less 80 kilometers per day. So no problem about it. Okay. And also the tricycles that we have now have accuracy, a capability of kilometers, more or less 100 kilometers. So cover the whole operation and also for the day long.
I just want to clarify for the question of Thomas, because we have two companies here, FM Logistics and City Login. So we have the FM Logistics, who is already operate in Vietnam, right? And now they want to expand the business to the last mile delivery. And then they collaborate with City Login, who is have experience in that. So we can assume that we are working for City Login in order to use the infrastructure.
That is. The only part of FM Logistics is to use the support, but all the implementation is running by City Login. Okay, so it's just running the business model of CityLogin, just with the help of the assets of FM Logistics that actually are there, because we can use the warehouse just for the part of the connection of the supply chain for the last mile. Okay, it's just like it will be another logistic company, but in this case, we use the mother one, that is FM Logistics, that actually is running in the ground.
All right, I think we are at time now, and we have very productive hour with Mr. Afonso. Thank you very much on behalf of the teaching team from Transportation and Freight Logistics for sharing with us. We will provide you guys with the record of the presentation today, the slide from Mr. Afonso, and also we will brief on the information and put it into the assignment title so you can review it and can read it clearly about the expectation of the assignment. All right. So today just a kickoff, and we will provide you guys with more instruction in the coming section, so that you can have a clearer picture about the assignment and work with these channels. Right. Yeah. Thank you very much again, Afonso. Thank you very much for willing to share with us today, and I hope that you will help us in the coming semester, sharing more insights about transportation and logistics. Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming today, and I will see you guys in another section.
Thank you very much to all.
Yeah, Thomas just quickly asked about the website of CityLogin. Can you just maybe just share?
Yeah, for sure. I will share with you. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute, and I have here.
Okay, so it's citylogin.es. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.